They even say beats with Oprah.
It's still not mathing, and I'm really getting tired of black women having the same story. It's breaking my heart. Like 20 plus in the game, it breaks my heart.
Start getting calls from Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lionsgate. And they wanted me to come work for free.
People are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself that I've been the greatest champion of this film, championing not only the behind-the-scenes production, but also everything that everybody needed. I'm not in charge of the budget because that's Warner Brothers. You know, that's the way the studio system works.
And y'all know I've been doing this a while. And I've been on productions where I've been the only black person, the only female.
Oprah really can't catch a break. Every day, a new celebrity is exposing her for being a shady industry gatekeeper. And the latest person on that list is Fantasia. Initially, when Taraji was going at it with Oprah, Fantasia stayed out of the mix because she wanted to protect her career. But baby, she is done staying silent. In fact, it's being alleged that Fantasia also got into her own feud with Oprah. And things got really nasty, leading to Oprah blackballing her. Cat Williams wasn't lying when he dragged Oprah and Tyler Perry for being industry gatekeepers. Now, before Oprah and Fantasia got into it, they actually had a really good relationship. Their relationship started after Fantasia's 2004 American Idol win. Oprah later interviewed Fantasia, during which Fantasia opened up about her past struggles with abuse, poverty, illiteracy challenges, and personal setbacks. Now, after this interview, they actually became friends. And that's when Oprah, as a producer of the Broadway musical adaptation of The Color Purple, personally selected Fantasia to play Celie in 2007. Oprah approached Fantasia again in 2021 to reprise her role as Celie in the 2023 film musical for The Color Purple. But this is where things get messy. Even though The Color Purple was what Fantasia and Oprah connected the most over, it ended up being exactly what ruined their relationship. Now, in case you somehow didn't catch up to the mess that happened with The Color Purple, it went down in 2024 when Taraji had a mental breakdown during her press run for the film The Color Purple and went off on Oprah for not paying her worth. The saddest part wasn't even the fact that Taraji was crying on TV. It was the fact that she said she hadn't seen a raise in her salary since Proud Mary, which came out 6 years ago at the time of The Color Purple release. Oh, but Taraji wasn't done exposing Oprah just yet.
Where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here? We are to service each other. God is very clever. He put us on this earth and he made us all look different. He made it complicated. We need to figure it out. And we can, and we are. You have to look at the glass as half full. It's always half full.
She appeared in another interview with Gayle King, and this interview was weird to say the least. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know Taraji and Gayle are very close friends. Maybe too close because there have been allegations about them even possibly being lesbian partners. Anyway, during the interview, Gayle King just kept trying to downplay what Taraji was saying and joking around about everything because she's besties with Oprah and felt uncomfortable with Taraji putting Oprah on blast on her show.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathing. Tired of hearing that my entire career, 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing, and I see what you do for another production, and when it's time for us to go to bed, you don't have any money. They play in your face. And I'm just supposed to smile and grin and bear it and just keep, like, enough is enough.
This isn't the first time we've heard a black actress come out to talk about being underpaid, and it definitely won't be the last as long as we have people like Oprah in the industry who only care about making more money on top of the billions they have and not properly paying actors what they rightfully deserve. And in case you were thinking of Monique, yes, she is the one I am talking about. Someone reacted to this by saying, Taraji P. Henson speaking the same truths that Monique was condemned for about Oprah, bug-eyed, praying mantis-looking self, and the industry for black women. The truth. What's even crazier is that Viola Davis, who is literally one of the highest-rated actresses in the industry, went off about being underpaid. She revealed that despite her being compared to Meryl Streep and having all the prestigious awards, she barely gets paid enough and has to watch other people with half the qualifications as her get paid way more than she gets. If this is what Viola effing Davis has to deal with, you can only imagine what the others have to put up with.
We won't talk about gender inequality of pay, because a lot of the women who've stepped forward, and I stand in solidarity with them, okay? What they're getting paid, which is half of what a man is getting paid, well, we get probably a tenth of what a Caucasian woman gets. And I'm number one on the call sheet. And then I have to go in and I have to hustle for my worth. That's what I feel like I'm doing when I demand what I feel. Listen, I have more than a 30-year professional career. I had a friend who said, yeah, but Viola, your career is better than my career. I said, yeah, but you can't compare me to you. Because once again, I got the Oscar, I got the Emmy, I got the 2 Tonys. I've done Broadway, I've done off-Broadway, I've done TV, I've done film, I've done all of it. I have a career that's probably comparable to Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Sigourney Weaver. They all came out of Yale. They came out of Juilliard. They came out of NYU. They had the same path as me. And yet, I am nowhere near them. Not as far as money, not as far as job opportunities, nowhere close to it. And yet, I have to constantly get on that phone, and I have fabulous agents, by the way. They are getting it. But I have to get on that phone, and people say, you're a black Meryl Streep. You are, and we love you. We love you. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that? You pay me what I'm worth.
Anyway, going back to Monique, she and Oprah have been going at it for a while. And it all started back in 2009, when Monique revealed back in 2009 that Oprah blackballed her. She said Oprah made her lose job opportunities after she demanded compensation for doing press tours around the world for the movie Precious, which was produced by Oprah and Tyler Perry and directed by Lee Daniels. According to Monique, she was only paid $50,000 to star in the movie, which was already low in itself. But then Tyler and Oprah dared to tell her to go on a press run to promote the movie without getting paid a penny. Monique also said Oprah and Tyler started a campaign to paint her as difficult to work with, and recalled the time Tyler even went as far as bad-mouthing the director, David Tolbert, so she'll miss out on job opportunities.
What is that black dick connected to? That black man? So no, I was not blackballed. I was whiteballed. By some black who had no balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you, Miss Oprah Winfrey. No, baby, I wasn't blackballed. I was up by some who had no balls. And see, I know they like to say, Monique, you talk too fucking much. It would me not to say the real shit. It would me not to say the real shit. You are not paying me equally. You are not treating me fairly. So y'all can suck my if I had one.
Oprah was later asked why she never responded to Monique's claims about her, blackballing her and ruining her career, and she started going on and on about how negative Monique is. The gaslighting was at an all-time high, y'all.
I noticed that too, because you're taking the high road on so many different levels, and people say negative things about you. Trump, Monique is in the media right now. Why do you continue to take the high road? Why don't you address it face?
Oh my gosh, because it's impossible. It's a law that if you meet negative with negative, you will just have a combusted negative force and negative energy. You can't meet negative energy where it is. You have to rise above it. You have to transcend it. You have to be the light. And it only takes a little bit of light to banish the darkness. It takes a lot of darkness to overcome the light. but it takes just a little bit of light. And we are warriors of the light. So I would never stoop to try to meet somebody where they are negatively.
A lot of people unfortunately ate up the stuff Oprah said, because she isn't the only celebrity who has said something like this about Monique. Steve Harvey also blasted Monique after she called him a coon and accused him of not standing up for her. He said he couldn't care less what she thinks about him, and said Monique has burned too many bridges. And get this, even after being so nasty to her, he dared to invite her to his show for an interview. But Monique didn't let it slide. She exposed him for being two-faced. Apparently, he was supporting her in private but was not lifting a finger to help her fight against Oprah and Tyler in public.
Why do you believe that happened, and do you see that changing, and why?
I got labeled as difficult, my husband and my husband is Sydney, who happens to be my manager. We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels, and I said no to Lionsgate. And the difficulty came in when people that look like me, like Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels, and I gotta put my brother Steve on the list. Y'all knew I was not wrong. Each one of you said to me, Monique, you're not wrong. And when I heard you go on the air and you said, my sister done burnt too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for her now. Steve, do you know how hurt I was?
Simone, now let me give you this.
What I would have loved, what I would have appreciated from my brother was had you picked up the phone before you went on the air and said, Monique, you've burned too many bridges and there's nothing I can do. See, I would have appreciated had my brother called me up and said, baby, let's talk. Because you doing that was a part of me being difficult. And y'all know I did nothing wrong. Y'all know my husband did nothing wrong. But none of y'all in real time, was strong enough to go publicly and say, we can't throw our sister under the bus.
Anyway, going back to Taraji, things got even weirder when the comments she made about Oprah started to go viral. Oprah pulled some strings behind the scenes and made Taraji backtrack everything she said. Yes, you heard that right. Taraji went from speaking out against Oprah to now calling her supportive and a beacon of light. You cannot make this up. She made this Instagram post at the time that said, Ms. Oprah has been nothing less than a steady and solid beacon of light to all of the cast of The Color Purple. She told me personally to reach out to her for anything I needed, and I did. It took one call, one conversation, and one decision-making Black woman to make me feel heard. But people did not fall for this at all. They were convinced that Oprah and the studio forced her to put up this post so that people would not end up boycotting the movie. This got worse when a video went viral of a TikToker doing a deep analysis of Taraji and Oprah's body language and how uncomfortable both Taraji and Oprah were around each other. And like that wasn't enough, the photo Taraji posted is from the same video where the TikToker broke down Taraji and Oprah's body language. I don't know about y'all, but it's giving major damage control vibes.
We're gonna go over body language. Let's look at Oprah. You see how she looked at Taraji and quickly looks away. And now look at Taraji, look at her legs. She locks it away from Oprah, looking up, fluttering her eye, trying to hold back tears. But she's trying to be professional, but she leans into Oprah. Oprah pulls away. Fake laugh. We all know that's fake, that's fine. But they're trying to release that negative energy outside their bodies. Oprah is all closed up. She's not even trying to open up, and it was closing in on Oprah. Oprah pulls out, trying to find an escape, goes right behind Gandalf Brooks. And look at Taraji's face. She's just like not having it. And notice how Oprah is suddenly now opened up with her arms. And look at Fantasia's face. Look at Taraji as if we're almost to the ending of this. Don't worry. Something definitely happened here. And now look at how Oprah has her arms and her hand.
Now, as I said before, Fantasia was initially staying out of it because she saw Taraji getting chewed up behind the scenes for speaking out against Oprah. And the last thing she wanted was to also get caught up in it. In fact, when she was asked if there was beef between Taraji and Oprah, she said no.
Poke my head in, see what's going on, and poke my head right on out. Drama, it can't get in the way of it. I don't believe it.
So absolutely no beef with Oprah?
No, me, well, of course, I don't have any beef with anybody. But no, none of us, we love, she was on set, but she never went home. First of all, when you think Oprah, you're like, oh, she'll fly in our private plane, fly back out.
Yeah.
She never went home.
But baby, word on the street is Fantasia is now singing a different tune. She went from saying she and Taraji had no beef with Oprah to now reportedly having a hard time getting any acting gigs because Oprah allegedly blackballed her for standing with Taraji behind the scenes. It's unclear just how true these rumors actually are, but considering the fact that Taraji and Fantasia haven't been in that many movies since they wrapped up The Color Purple, it definitely says a lot. As usual, people had their thoughts, like this person who said, anything Oprah does is for her. She's a gatekeeper. Don't believe anything she says. Another person said, Oprah, her fluid oozes red like everybody else's, and her dunk stinks like everybody else's. There's no humility in her anymore because she has a big head. She's nobody special. She's just been fortunate and no longer appreciates it. But now, I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Oprah allegedly blackballing Taraji? And what do you think about Fantasia initially staying silent to protect herself? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.